Okay, this is me to the best of my ability trying to glue together the chords and the lyrics to the song we're working on. So, here it comes. When I think of... Probably need some kind of intro or something. So, I guess we're going to the chorus. All the stars on my heart keep me from moving forward in this place, in this perpetual rat race. I can't keep the thought of you and exist, but the scar tissue persists. I'm gonna try something a little different there. Try that chorus again. I'll do the second verse and this other stuff. I don't know. All the scars on my heart keep me from moving forward in this place, in this perpetual rat race. I can't keep the thought of you and exist, but the scar tissue persists. How do I get by? All I have is this picture within my heart. The smile you wore haunts me to my core. It never seems to let me breathe. I can't believe all this scar tissue is holding me back, and I can't see no future with you. All the stars on my heart keep me from moving forward in this place, in this perpetual rat race. Oh, it's gonna end it there. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like what I'm doing right now is I'm taking what Mike's given me. He's giving me these pieces that come out like here and there and this, and then it's like, okay, take this, bring it here, take that, bring it here, connect them in a way that makes sense, and so they flow in a coherent way. In terms of a song that's like set to a certain order, and words have to fall within words that have to happen within some rules, versus sort of, like I said, the sort of out there without being like sort of coherently tied together. Not that that out there thing is bad. It's I mean, you have to do it. You have to just. It's sort of like I've always heard creativity is like vomiting on something and then sorting through the vomit and lining up the pieces in a way that's like pretty. So we're trying to make, not that we're trying to take what we have and I'm trying to take what he's given me and line it up in a way that right now my goal is to make it a song that anyone average person would listen to and say, oh, that's not bad, or that's good, or instead of being so thrown off by that way of playing the music that they're like, I can't, nothing's locking down or something. I think people like to have things be in an order. Most people enjoy music that's in order. That's the reason avant-garde and alternative is sort of on the fringe, because it's not as listenable as some songs. I mean, it's the folks who can kind of bridge the gap between pop and avant-garde, like you could say bands like Nirvana. And you can go back to bands like Genesis. Yeah, I know Rick Beato talked about a song that had some really odd chords by the Police that, they're odd, but they have a rhythm and you can find it. It's not too bad. Like the song had like a 5/4 time in it for a certain amount of time, but it does sort of land, and it's not so, it's still pretty well. I want to say it's a tied down tune. That's the way I'm trying to describe it. And maybe that's a good idea for a band that, like, you start out covering songs. I mean, it's not that you don't write any songs too, but you find out who everybody's musical influences are, and you throw them all in the pot, and maybe say each person picks out 2 songs they like or something, and then you start stirring that pot and start figuring out what your mix is going to be, and if things can mix, or is it oil and water and we can't do this. And that's good, if it, people decide, creative differences are so vast that things can go together. That's fine. And those people go off and they form a different band, and it's not that there has to be any negativity that goes on with that. It just, you figure out what does and what doesn't work. So anyway, I'm rambling, so I'll shut up. Thanks for listening. If you have a contribution to this, please send it. If you have anything, mechanical or creative, yin and yang, baby. So let's find the harmony. All right.